Agriculture is not only about food, it is an almost endless field for the development of professionals and amateurs. Today, we're going to show you people who, in our opinion, have managed to become specialists in their field, or at least are trying to, and machines are helping them. The atmosphere of working on the field is well conveyed. Hard labor, heavy and expensive equipment work to have something to eat. That's a big one. It never ceases to amaze me how powerful this machinery is. It can literally pull anything. They often irrigate their fields with drones, but it is rare to do so by helicopter. It looks spectacular, but not very effective in my opinion. Some more beautiful and atmospheric shots of harvesters and tractors working together to unload. Teamwork comes in very handy here. You see big combines in the fields all the time, but these smaller combines have their advantages. They're more maneuverable but have less capacity. A tractor that pulls a tractor that pulls a tractor that pulls two trailers. Mutual assistance in achieving a common goal. Real teamwork. It seems like these fields are endless, and it would take forever to plow them. Respect to the guys who plow such huge fields on a combine harvester alone. Watering drones are to me the most versatile and convenient because the drone is very maneuverable and fast. Another way of watering a field is through similar automated mechanisms. You just need to run water to the machine and it will do everything for you. It's amazing how such large, massive, and heavy vehicles and trailers rarely get stuck in a swamp or on the ground. This guy clearly has a lot of experience in this field, simply because to take a radius and turn so that the trailer perfectly plowed the field around the stump deserves respect. Very handy for planting crops if you have a small field that does not need larger machines. It does the job very quickly and dexterously. A very spectacular and fun way to load all the stacks onto the trailer. I'm surprised that he can throw those stacks so high so easily. It's nice to know that you finished the last line, but there are also situations where someone will give way to another person on the team. It's just amazing how one car can haul so many trailers behind it. It looks very massive and spectacular. As far as I understood correctly in this thing, something like fertilizer, and with this thing they fertilize grapes. I can only imagine how much this thing simplifies life, because it picks up the entire field bed in no time and very easily. For those who have beds with trees or shrubs, this thing is very helpful, because it cuts off unwanted leaves very efficiently and quickly. Handy thing for clearing large stones from a field before sowing. Although it can take quite a long time, it is already much easier than cleaning by hand. Such gardens are very problematic to assemble, but this mechanism simplifies the process many times over. Very similar thing to a robot vacuum cleaner. It's really a very practical and handy thing in cutting grass and other greenery if it works by itself. A good way to water the field, but you have to move the hose around to get to the far corners of the field. It must be nice to know that there are a couple rows left, and mowing through the night to finish the job. Whoa, that's the first time I've ever seen so many drones hitting a field at once. It's like a race to see who can water the field first. A very effective way of picking everything off the trees. A couple seconds and everything that was on the tree is on the ground. A compact and neat mechanism that I understand is used to pull out such roots. An unbreakable duo, combine and tractor. One collects and the other helps to unload to continue collecting. Without the tractor, the process would take dozens of times longer. A handy thing for cutting grass, because it neatly cuts and puts everything in one line, which would be easier to collect later. Few examples of a field being plowed. Dusty work, but you can't do without dust in such a business. It's very sticky to watch a field being plowed, how it smoothly flattens into what looks like freshly laid soil. In fact, it shows the entire chronology of the harvest. Collecting, unloading into the trailer, and unloading the trailer already in another place where tractors smooth all crops. Preparing a field for sowing is not a simple matter of cutting all the grass and then harvesting it. The trailers make the process much easier. It looks very spectacular, but to me it's much more rational to water the field with drones. I'm always amazed at the possibilities of this technique. It's incredible how he didn't get a hydro stroke and roughly sailed the whole distance with the trailer. Now that's what I call roomy for unloading the combine. 9 trailers for millets, and all this is pulled by one tractor. This is a very efficient plowing trailer for this field, because the field is not particularly large, and the trailer covers a huge part of the field. It looks like that folded trailer is tractor wings. It is convenient that some trailers can be folded to make them more compact. Anything can happen on the field. Here, for example, one of the tractors got stuck together with the trailers, but luckily there was a fellow tractor driver who helped him out. It's amazing how he mows just the top, and I understand he fertilizes right away. Very neat and clean work. Kudos. As I understand it, they loaded fertilizer into this trailer, and it went to plow the field and immediately fertilized it. 2 jobs in one fell swoop. Wow, progress doesn't stand still, and technology is improving. It's like an automated tractor plowing a field. I wonder if it works by itself, or is it controlled by a remote control? A bit of work in the so-called warehouse where all loaded trailers are brought after the combine. That's how the crop trailers are unloaded. The rest of the tractors smooth it out. I wonder what they do with that mountain of crops afterwards. A very handy piece of equipment for harvesting haystacks. It can lift several haystacks at the same time, which makes it much faster. I've always wondered why so many seagulls fly into the field when a field is plowed. Another effective way to harvest haystacks: just move it to the trailer and it will throw the haystack itself. He's having a hard time climbing that hill. I hope he didn't get stuck up there and got out. Handy trailer because, as I understand, it makes a haystack itself from all the hay collected and immediately packs it. There's a lot of machinery. By the look of it, this team is clearly ready for the new planting season. This is roughly how the combine is unloaded on the driver's behalf. I wonder if it's possible that this tractor can get stuck at all, because it has tracks instead of wheels. There ensued a noble chase behind the stack, but the second tractor safely intercepted his escape. Haha. As I understand it, this is the same trailer for forming haystacks. Such a large team with these trailers will collect everything from the field in a matter of hours. It is always more fun to work in the field with friends and comrades, but in this case he has a small and cute companion to watch him work. You can see that the driver's experienced, because he calculated the trajectory of how to plow the field efficiently. As I understand it, this cutter bar is 15 meters wide at the front, which makes hay mowing much faster, because it touches more crops. As I understand it, this is a special little harvester to pick up all the grass cut earlier and load it into the trailer. This is truly the best way to water a field because it is automated and it stands all over the field. As I understand, this trailer is used for the purpose of clearing a certain area of grass or rocks. The size of this equipment is really impressive. I originally thought it was a light specifically for night runs, but then I realized it was a special light that helps crops grow. It is very dusty work in this field, but the more combines, the more efficient and faster the work. Handy thing. As I understand it, is used specifically to make all mowed grass easier to collect. It is dangerous to work in the field after it's rained, because the equipment can easily get stuck in wet ground. Very sticky looking as the combine smoothly devours all the crops into itself. As I understand it, they're doing two very important tasks at the same moment. One of them plows the field, and the second one behind him fertilizes it. It is very convenient and efficient to water the field with a drone, but the main thing is to plant it far away from yourself and very carefully, because it is quite fragile. Working in a team is always cool because you feel some kind of team spirit, and because of that, you're more motivated to work. It's fun to watch different generations of the same technique work in the same field. One is more advanced, but they both do their job very well. I understand they put fertilizer in it so it would fly around and fertilize the field. A big advantage of drones is that they can be easily equipped with fertilizer or water. From the side, it looks very spectacular, as the drone sprays water, and it flies in different directions from its propellers. It is very convenient to have two tractors with a trailer for one combine, because while one goes to unload, the second will be loaded with cut crops, roughly speaking, replace each other. It's just hard to imagine that one single tractor can plow such a large field all by itself. Kudos to those guys. Another example of a single tractor plowing a fairly large field all by itself. They're very good that even alone they continue to do their job. It's obvious that this guy is not the first day driving such technique, because to successfully enter a corner taking a perfect radius with so many trailers requires a lot of experience. It's a pretty big team with a lot of equipment, but they seem to be missing a couple of tractors to help all the combines unload. Comparisons of the old and new generation of tractors in power. Obviously, the new one will be much more powerful and better, but the old one can still do the job very well. I don't see how they can work at night. Respect to these guys that even if they want to sleep or are tired, they keep working. Another good thing for watering a field. This trailer is wide enough to water a large area of the field. It's amazing to look out into the distance in places like this. It may seem that the earth is really flat, boundless fields and nothing but them. It's amazing how they can haul so many heavy trailers behind them, doing everything at once, plowing the field, fertilizing it, and watering it. It would seem that combines are incredibly large, but if you look at the new tractors, you will realize that the tractors are already as big as a combine. Here, guys help each other because the trailers are not light, and most likely it rained recently, and they do not want their tractors to get stuck, so they insure each other. Very handy and compact trailer for removing stones and other things from the field before plowing. It's like the tractor thing for watering a field but manual. In case the field is very small, this thing is a great help. This is the first time I've seen this field irrigation thing attached to the front, but that doesn't affect its effectiveness. Another example of a very spectacular watering of a field with an airplane. This also requires an experienced pilot, who will water the field very low above the ground. Look at that sky. With landscapes like this, motivation and mood will only increase. As I understand it, he presses all this millet with this wheel in the front to make it easier for the trailer to suck it all up and process it into stacks. Collecting grass or hay after the combine, or operating the combine while harvesting from a bird's eye view looks very sticky. Very convenient trailer for transportation of anything. You can easily lift and lower something from it. In this case, I'm guessing it was hay. This is really a very large amount of Fendt machinery. There's absolutely everything you need for the field. That's roughly where all the haystacks go after they're loaded on the trailer. They're stored in some big place. It looks really sticky how it all unloads. Now it all needs to be leveled. These people and their innovative agriculture machines really wowed us, and I hope you enjoyed them as much as I did. If you like them, make sure to comment below with your favorite and subscribe to our channel.